Dear Kovoo, some people get dogs to make their home complete while others get dogs to help with their depression. Do you remember 2013 when I went to pick you up? You were just 6 weeks old and you were considered the runt, but I thought you were the most precious one out of the entire litter. And all you would do was sleep. At the time I was a sophomore in college and I was away from family, close friends, and in a new environment that I really knew nothing about. I had no idea at the time that I was depressed, for depression looks different for many other people. But I knew one thing, and I knew that having you in my life made me so much happier. Do you remember how together we would run the Arboretum, would be surrounded by all the trees, the ducks, the water, and the fresh air that surrounded us? I know you also remember that many people would be scared of you, and as soon as they saw you, they'd walk out the way. And I know that you had no idea why these people were walking away from you, when all you wanted to do was play. Mama Carmen said I spoiled you too much, but carrying you until you're 6 months old isn't spoiling you. I was just trying to keep you close to my heart. We also would play tug of war all the time, for it was your favorite game. At first it was mine because I always won, but then you got bigger and you got stronger and the game became yours. I also know you used to hate how many pictures I would take of you. You never sat still. But you were my prized possession and I wanted the world to know all about you. And indeed they do. In 2018, you began to see me crying a little more. You would always bring me your toys to help cheer me up, and it worked. But I knew you didn't understand why I was hurting so much. Things were hard for me and I had to move into an apartment with my friends who already had 2 cats and 2 dogs, and unfortunately you didn't fit there. But luckily you were able to stay at the house for a couple more months until the lease ended. When the lease came to an end, I still didn't have stable housing, so Mama Carmen, Tia J, Tio Chichi, and Tia Sara decided to take you in and watch you until I was able to find a place of my own. You had so much fun there. They always took you running. They played with you all the time. But then the neighbor found out that you were a certain type of breed and complained to the landlord that you were a vicious dog and that she feared for her kid's life. Mama Carmen was given an eviction notice to remove you from the place. I had nowhere else for you to go. I cried and I cried and I wanted to be selfish and just sleep in my car with you, Kovoo, but you deserved a life that was so much better than that. That's when I found your family from Florida, and they decided to drive up to California to come pick you up and provide the life that I had envisioned for you. I never sold you with a price, for I could never put a price on you. I just asked the family to send me pictures whenever I asked. But oftentimes I found that I never received a message in return. Do you remember the day that you last saw me? It was so hard for me to let you go, and I cried and I cried, and I told you to be a good boy. And then I told you that I loved you.
Now be a good boy.
Years passed and I've always thought of you. Because it was your birthday in October 2017, I asked your owners for a picture of you. I was feeling really sad and I just felt that having a picture of you would make my day so much better, just to see you living the life that I planned for you to have. But I was told that you were no longer there. I was informed that you had ran away or that you were stolen and that the shelters didn't have you. Luckily that day I checked your microchip number and I discovered that you were still registered to me. So that night I prayed and prayed that if anyone found you that they would call me and then we can be reunited once again. But for a couple of months I never received that call.
Yes, this is Officer Moore with Leon County Animal Control. I have picked up your dog and it will be at the shelter. The shelter opens up tomorrow morning at 10:30.
You have no idea how excited I was to hear that you were okay and to hear that they had finally found you and that I can finally be able to be reunited with you. But how on earth can I get you from Florida? The shelter said that I had to wait a couple of days until your family returned to pick you up, and I called them and I never received a response, so I waited. And on August 8th, I decided to apply to adopt you, and I was approved. That's when this journey began. The journey to bring you home. I had no idea how I can get you home, but I knew that my faith was stronger than any doubt that I could have had. That's when I also reached out to Facebook and wrote a post about our situation. And Kovoo, you'd be so surprised how many people shared that status. Just to see how much people really cared about the reunion of us both really brought me a sense of hope. It was on that status, Kovoo, that I was connected to the amazing Regina Rivera, who is the co-founder of Finding a Best Friend Rescue. She helps out lots of doggies like you to help them find a forever home. She's so passionate about the work that she does, and the kind of animals that she receives are those who are also lost, lonely, hurt, and who are searching for their forever home. Regina reached out to me and told me that she was connected with a person named Karen who was willing to go pick you up from the shelter. As soon as she picked you up, she sent me a picture of you, and it was the first picture that I've ever seen of you in a couple of years. And then she sent me this video of you in the car, and the way you looked at the camera when she called your name, I think you had no idea what moment she was talking about. It wasn't until you were picked up, Kovoo, that we realized that you suffered so much. You're heartworm positive. You have a skin condition that's causing you to lose your hair. And you have terrible ear infections that have caused you so much pain. And because of that, it's going to be so much harder to get you here to California. And the reason for that is we have to have a health certificate to bring you here. Karen has been taking such great care of you, Kovoo. She's been sending me pictures and updates about you. She told me that you just finished your first set of medications and how you're such a happy boy. I'm so proud of you. I don't know how much longer I have to wait to see you again, nor do I know how much it would cost, especially with all your vet bills. But luckily, so many people have donated to our GoFundMe page that I had set up to help cover the cost of your vet bills and the transportation fees and the boarding fees and anything else that I may not be able to financially afford on my own. They all mean so much to me, and I appreciate you all who have donated, because without you all, I could not have done this by myself. I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to hold you, and I can't wait to show you and give you all the love that you truly deserve. And I also can't wait for everyone to see the reunion of us both. You'll be home with me soon, Kovoo. We'll figure this out together. I know that normally on my channel I make videos about inspiration and my depression and my insecurities, and Kovoo was one of my sources of healing with my depression. He wasn't just a pet that you have in your yard and that you just play catch with, but Kovoo was my emotional support companion who really made a huge impact in my life. And I'm sure that everyone who knows me knows how much Kovoo meant to me.
Wanna go for a walk?
Making this video because a lot of people want an update on Kovoo, and a lot of people want to know the story of Kovoo. And so instead of constantly posting different posts, I think making a video was way more important to show who Kovoo was, what he meant to me, and how much I love him. He's not the breed that everyone tries to label him as this vicious, dangerous dog who everyone should be fearful of. So thank you all for watching this video, and hopefully the next video that I make in regards to Kovoo would be the reunion of us both. Right now we're still trying to figure out transportation, if I should drive 30+ hours to go get him, or if we can meet halfway with somebody, or if somebody can volunteer to bring him here. For those who have helped me and supported me in any way that they can, I pray that God blesses you all with double blessings. And to also chase after what you want, because honestly, the impossible has become possible for me. So always believe. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.